The episode 2 of Stranger Things season 5 starts right where we left off. The monster is in the room. Holly tries to run away, but the Demogorgon grabs her and throws her on the bookshelves. Meanwhile, Mrs. Wheeler's is preparing to take a bath. The Demogorgon grabs her foot. He's about to take her into the Upside Down, but somehow her shoe slips off and she runs away. Holly runs to her mom in the bathroom. She tells her about the monster in the house. Mrs. Wheeler's tries to calm her down and tell her that it's just a nightmare. Then she notices blood on Holly's head. Mrs. Wheeler hears commotion in the house and gets scared. She realizes something is wrong. Meanwhile, Mike and Lucas are riding as fast as possible. Nancy also drives recklessly to quickly reach home.
Be careful!
The Demogorgon bursts through the washroom door and searches for Holly. Holly and her mom are under the water holding their breath. It slowly approaches the bathtub. Ted notices the lights flickering in the house, and he goes in to check. The Demogorgon hears Ted's voice and goes after him. Then he finds a monster. He swings at it, but the monster just tossed him away. And with that, Ted is down. Holly and her mom go downstairs, but the Demogorgon then opens a portal right in front of them. They try to run away, but the Demogorgon blocks their way. She breaks the wine and tells her to stay away from her daughter.
Stay away from my daughter!
Then she violently stabs the monster with the glass, and it starts bleeding. When Nancy and Elle finally arrive home, Nancy is in disbelief by seeing blood on the floor. Turns out Mrs. Wheeler's attempt to attack the Demogorgon was not very successful. The Demogorgon made 2 terrifying strikes on her. Holly witnessed all of this traumatic scene. Now Mrs. Wheeler's is taking her final breath. Nancy rushes to her and tells her not to talk.
Don't try to talk. Stay calm, okay?
Then she takes Holly's name, which means after leaving her half dead. The Demogorgon took Holly away. Nancy sees the open portal and tells Elle to go.
Go, 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 go!
Elle wastes not even a single second and walks straight into the Upside Down. Ted Wheeler and his wife Mrs. Wheeler's are taken to the hospital. Nancy is asked to wait outside the operating room and wait for an update. Mike and Lucas are also there. Nancy goes to the washroom and cries while trying to wash her mom's blood out of her hands. Nancy thinks it's their fault, as they could have told mom and dad to move out of Hawkins. They knew something bad could happen any day. Vecna showed her in the visions.
We just chose not to believe him.
She thinks that Vecna is back to punish them, and now it's their turn. Then Lucas comes up with a theory. This is exactly what happened to Will in the first season at almost exactly the same time.
November 3rd, Will was taken on the 6th, 3 days away from the day.
Now they have only 3 days left. He then reassures them that Elle will save Holly. Back at the Wheelers' house, the military arrives at the crime scene. Nancy told them that she came alone. Colonel Jack orders to check the surveillance footage in the 2-mile radius of this house. He knows she was here. Meanwhile, Elle searches in the Upside Down for Holly. Just then she hears something. She takes cover behind a tree. Then she uses her powers to throw whatever on the other side. Turns out it was Hopper.
I'm sorry.
Hopper is confused why she is here. She takes his flashlight and notices a trail of blood. The Demogorgon is bleeding. Mrs. Wheeler heard it with her wine. Confused, Hopper asks why Holly, but there's no time for explanation. Meanwhile, Robin and Joyce check the power surge. This is the first time something like this has happened to Will. Then Joyce asks her to find any backup fuses. Then Joyce tries to ask Will about his visions. If they were like his memories from season 2. Will not by saying yes, but this time it was more intense. It was like it was right there, watching it with the eyes of the Demogorgon.
What it was thinking?
Joyce is confused why it would take Holly. Then Will reveals that he tapped back into the hive mind. Joyce believes they severed the connection.
But we severed the connection.
I don't think it was ever truly severed.
Ever since Will was exposed to the Upside Down.
It's like I was permanently changed.
Then he reveals that when the gate opened, he felt his presence. And when they returned from California, he felt it again.
And now he's closer.
Robin believes that Will is like a human receiver. She explains it like maybe Vecna transmits mind flayer particles like radio waves. And when Will is close enough to those waves, he gets those visions. But if you're too far away,
static.
And maybe they can find Holly. Will can tap back into the hive mind. Will has spied on Vecna before.
And he took control of you.
But Joyce argues we need the squawk back up so they can find Hopper.
So this is about your boyfriend.
But Will says they are running out of time. They have to save Holly ASAP. But Joyce doesn't want to risk his boy's life again. Robin tries to fix the power. Meanwhile, Steve tries to jumpstart the car by using a friend's car to charge his car's battery. Then Steve asks Jonathan about Nancy. He tells him about what happened to her parents. Such a tough time for Nance.
Jesus Christ, man.
Steve thinks they can swing by the hospital to get her some flowers or something, but Jonathan has had enough of his bullshit competition to get her attention. He's constantly showing off how he's better than Jonathan.
You selfish, chauvinistic meathead!
Steve tells him to focus on Nancy, not him, because Nancy is miserable in this relationship. Then the car starts. Just then, Dustin shows up covered in all bruises and a broken nose. In the Upside Down, Hop finds out that Nancy drove Elle to her home, which means her face may have been caught on surveillance footage, and the entire military comes looking for her.
Then we have to end this before they find us.
Elle thinks that the Demogorgon can lead them to Vecna, but Hop says how does this make any sense?
I don't know.
He is frustrated because she is acting on emotions. Then Elle notices more blood on the ground.
And not emotion. Instinct.
Meanwhile at the hospital, hospital, Lucas updates Max about everything that happened today. Her favorite song is playing in the background. He hopes that next time he will be back with good news. Then he holds her hand and tells her to return because
Can't win this without you.
then her eyes move ever so slightly. Meanwhile, Mike is walking in the corridor when suddenly he notices a book in a kid's room. The book is named A Wrinkle in Time. Seeing this, Mike is lost in thoughts. Then he tells Nancy about Holly's imaginary friend, Mr. Whatsit. Holly told him that monsters are coming for her. And on the same day, she's taken by a Demogorgon. And he doesn't believe in coincidences anymore. What if this Mr. Whatsit is real? And if he's real, he would know where she is taken. They come up with a plan. She tells him to convince the receptionist that they have an emergency and want to talk to her mom, because mom is the only person who could help them find this Mr. Whatsit. Cut to Steve and Dustin. He is still trying to process what has happened. While he was gone, Steve blames Dustin. If he was where he was supposed to be, they wouldn't have lost connection to Hop. But Dustin says it's your fault, since he couldn't do something as basic as preventing a power surge. Both of them are arguing like fresh couples. In this chaos, Jonathan can't listen to the signals.
Hey, you guys shut the hell up! Jesus Christ.
Now both of them don't want to talk to each other.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to talk to you either. Good.
Meanwhile, Robin gets an idea. The flux capacitor is down again. It's a two-man job. She'll need help from Will. Joyce waits while they go upstairs. Turns out Robin was lying. It was just an excuse. Steve has circled that zone G1 like 5 times. And if they do actually find Hopper,
Holly is still missing.
but Will's plan is genius. They can use Will as an antenna and save Holly. Will agrees to the plan.
Screw it.
And they both leave. Meanwhile, Dr. K has shown the surveillance photos. Now she knows she is in the Upside Down. Cut to Hop. He is struggling to catch up with Elle, as he's been shot in the stomach.
Looks worse than it is.
Elle then cleans his wound and bandages it. And then they share a cute father and daughter convo. He tells her about his past. Then he tells her about Sarah.
She was brave.
She was the bravest person he knew.
Bravest person I ever knew.
And how she fought with cancer. Unfortunately, she couldn't survive. That's why Hop didn't want her to be here.
That's why you don't want me in here.
I don't want to lose you.
Then they hear something and continue their expedition. At the hospital, the doctor talks to Nancy and Mike, but he refuses the request to allow them to meet their mom because she's recovering from surgery. Then Nancy gets an idea and they go in the elevator. In the car, Jonathan hears something over the radio, but Dustin brushes it off, saying it could be a million things. Military broadcasts, TV channels, or anything that is in their frequency zone. It's not Hop, because that would show on the decoder.
Search continues.
Then Joyce asks Jonathan what's the matter with the flux capacitor, and the boys are confused. Meanwhile, Robin and Will go into the woods where he had his first vision, and the sky was spinning. Then Robin asks him if he was at the hospital yesterday, but he refuses.
No.
Then she tells him that her friendship with Vicky is different. Some people misunderstand their relationship. She tells him to keep it a secret. Then Robin comes across a mandala, which kids do in 5th grade. Then Will remembers that he heard kids laughing and playing.
Kids laughing, playing.
Something clicks and he walks forward. Meanwhile, in the Upside Down, Hopper and Elle come across something strange.
Jesus Christ.
What is it?
It's a wall that is entirely made of the gooey stuff that we've been seeing in the Upside Down. Then Elle finds Holly's shoe there. Now they know she was taken somewhere here. Maybe she's behind the wall.
Maybe that's why I can't find her in my mind. I took her through the wall.
The scene pans out and we realize that this wall is humongous. It's like it never ends. Cut to the hospital. Mike and Nancy are dressed as patient and nurse so that they can sneak into their mom's room. Just then the doctor shows up and Mike fakes a limp. Then they finally get to their mom. Luckily she's conscious, but since she can't talk, she has to write. They tell her that Holly's missing.
She's missing.
Her heartbeat goes up. They ask her if she knows anything about Mr. Whatsit.
Mr. Whatsit.
She writes that he's tall, wears a vest, he is gentle and kind. Meanwhile, Will and Robin go to middle school and finds the same merry-go-round and realizes that is from where he saw the sky spinning. They derive that since Vecna is part of the hive mind. So when he searches for his victims, he gets inside their mind and sees what they see. Soon they figure out that Will's vision was not from the Demogorgon's eyes. It was Holly, his next victim, which means
I was him. I was Vecna.
Then the school bus shows up. The kids go to school and Will gets goosebumps. Back to Mrs. Wheeler, she writes that his first name is Henry, aka Vecna. And in a brilliant suspense scene, it is revealed that Vecna took Holly to his father, Victor Creel's house. He has promised that he will save all of Holly's friends and then her family too. From the monsters, of course.
And after, I'll save your family too, of course.
And then he closes the gate. Be sure to watch the recap of all the episodes of Stranger Things Season 5 on my channel. See you in the next one. Goodbye.